Hello, sisters. Welcome back to the podcast. I am so happy to have you here. Today, we are talking all about how to make 2021 the best year ever. Can you believe, really, that 2020 is almost gone? I mean, quite a year it has been. I'm sure there's a lot of you out there that are very happy to let this go, let this year go, let this energy go. You know, I'm not sure how much is going to shift in 2021. I think if 2020 taught us anything, it is that we don't know anything. We cannot predict what is going to happen. You know, what's that old saying? Man makes plans and God laughs, right? We are not in control here. There is so many things that are going on that we are just not aware of. And 2020 with its challenges has also brought a lot of good. You know, there's been so much brought up this year that had the situation not been exactly what it was, we wouldn't have been able to get through it the way that we did. So I think it's a really important practice to, even though, the social media is going to be going crazy with all of the, 2021, let it burn or whatever, all that stuff. It's really, really, really important to find gratitude for the things that went well this year and to get yourself to a place of peace about it. I mean, the problem is not the year, right? The problem might not even be what's going on in the world. The problem is your thoughts about it. So what can you take from this year? The lessons that you can take from this year to move forward in a bigger and better way. And I want to talk about something really, really important today because this is my challenge to myself for the year 2021. And I want to invite you in on it. I want to make 2021 is going to be an incredible year for me and hopefully for you. I hope that for you. And it starts with the intention to make it so. It starts with the intentionality that no matter what is going to happen in the world, we can still get what we desire. We can still have an amazing year, even if to everybody else it doesn't make sense or it feels so far away or all of these excuses that we want to come up with or our head starts telling us. I want to remind you that miracles happen every single day, all day long. Why not you? And so the challenge for 2021 is 100% personal responsibility. Taking 100% personal responsibility for every single thing in your life, including the good, including the not so good, including the maybe really terrible, I don't know, whatever it is, whatever's going on in your life. The challenge is to take 100% personal responsibility. That's what I'm going to be doing. And I want to talk about exactly what that looks like. Because the truth is that there is absolutely nobody else responsible for us, for our life, for the decisions that we make. Now, I want to caveat back a little bit because I know a lot of people that listen to this are people that have been through some shit in their life, right? Some people that have been through some really terrible things, awful things, unspeakable things. That you were not responsible for that, right? You were not responsible for terrible things that have happened to you. You are not responsible for maybe a really terrible childhood. I don't know, whatever it is, that those things that have happened in your life are not your responsibility. Your responsibility now is yourself, how you move forward, how you handle your life, and how you handle everything moving forward. If you listen to the last episode, I talked a lot about how problems are our perception, right? And the problem is not the problem is our reaction to the problem. And so now I kind of want to take this conversation just one step further and realize that there are no problems. It's just, are we taking responsibility or not? And I want you to, we can start with just observing, where are you complaining about things in your life? Is it your relationship? Is it your finances? Is it your job? Is it I don't know, XYZ, whatever it is. Where are you actively complaining about things? And you're going to want to take an inventory, right? Like start paying attention to yourself. Start paying attention to the things that are coming out of your mouth, because that is so important, what you're saying. And notice that every time you have a complaint, you have a choice to complain about it, or you have a choice to take responsibility for it, right? So if I'm complaining about my relationship and how awful it is all the time to people, and I'm complaining about all of these things that are wrong, blah, 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 all of these things, he treats me this way, he does this, he does that. Well, all I'm doing by complaining is just furthering perpetuating that energy. So taking personal responsibility would be, okay, how am I at cause for this? How am I at cause for this relationship right now? How am I at cause for maybe that fight that we had last week? How am I at cause for maybe I'm in a terrible relationship? Well, how am I at cause for that? At the end of the day, you're choosing to be in that relationship. And I know it's complicated, and I know it's hard, and I know there's all of these things going on. But at the end of the day, it is still your choice to be in that relationship. You are personally responsible for your life. And if you started taking radical personal responsibility for every single thing that is going on, what do you think would happen? I'm pretty sure it's going to lead to the best year of your life, because nobody's going to come save you. There's nobody coming to rescue you. When you start taking responsibility for yourself, for your actions, for how your life is, and you stop blaming other people, and you just take away all of that blame energy and all that energy, like if it would be so much better if XYZ happened in my life, or if only I had this, if only I had that, and all of these things. Not true. It's not true. When you slow down and you start to look at what are you not happy with, and you really start to understand this concept that you are the cause for everything in your life, and you take that on and you just try that hat on, you just try that hat on, for you completely shift out of victimhood into a powerful person. That's the difference between living as a victim and living an empowered life. Empowered people don't blame other people for things. Empowered people don't say, if only this, and this happened, it would be so much different or better or whatever. No, they take personal responsibility for everything. And I want you to notice just what is coming up for you as I'm talking about this. Are you starting to say things like, well, yeah, but I have this or that going on? Well, yeah, that's easy for you to say, Kelly, you're in this situation, or whatever it is. Just notice, how are you reacting to the idea of being 100% responsible for your life? And if you're sitting there like, well, you have no idea what I've been through, you don't even know how hard it is to wake up every day or anything like that, you're right. You are absolutely right. I have no idea what it's like to live your life, to be in your shoes. I don't. But I know that you holding on to that story about how hard it is to be you and how hard that you've had it in this life is not going to move you forward into a life that you want to be living. And at the end of the day, I believe that everyone, regardless of what you have been through in this life, regardless of the hand that you have been dealt, you can live a better life. You can live a happy life, whatever that means for you. I'm not here to tell you what a good or happy life is. That's for you to decide. And you have to decide that for you. You have to decide that you get to do this. When you take responsibility for everything, for yourself, for your healing, for all of the things that you've blamed other people for in the past, you will move forward in an entirely new energy, an entirely new way of being. And that's the vibe for 2021. That's the vibe. Energy of creation, energy of personal responsibility, personal empowerment, and living life that you've only imagined living. Again, miracles happen every single day, every second of every day. What is the vision for your life? Are you living it? Are you spending time in that vision? Are you being the person that can live that? Or are you stuck complaining about your life? Are you stuck complaining about all the things that you've been through? Are you stuck complaining about how hard it is? It's time to move forward. It's time to let that go. Let this be the year that you truly, truly change your life. And if you want my help in doing that, I do have a couple of one-to-one spots open for coaching that are going to open in January. So if you are interested in that, send me a DM on Instagram. That's probably the easiest way to reach me. You can find me at Miss MS Kelly Kristin. I love you guys so much. Thank you for joining. If you know another person that needs to hear this, I ask that you please share it with them. If you want to leave me a little bit of love in a review on iTunes podcast, Apple Podcasts, that would be amazing. Appreciate you guys so much, and I'll talk to you soon.